Hey guys, welcome to Instant Analysis on MLive.com. I'm James Schmel, and this is Chris Ayatt. And if the Tigers are going to advance to the American League Championship Series, they're going to have to win 3 straight, and that seems unlikely. So, Chris, lots to take away from this game. Plenty of decisions that you could second guess, and obviously, that bullpen, man, that bullpen is brutal. What's your takeaway from what you saw today?
Well, that's the thing is with the bullpen the way it is, you need Justin Verlander to go more than 5 innings plus a batter at this point. It's kind of hard to navigate through 3 or 4 innings with that bullpen, and really the only Tigers starter right now that you have any confidence in going, more than 6, 7 innings is really David Price. Lucky for them, that's who they have up next. Sanchez pitched the 2 innings. People might argue he should come out for the 8th. I would say if he comes out for the 8th, that's great, but you still got to get through the 9th. And everybody wanted Joakim Soria to be the guy in the late innings. They thought Brad Ausmus was underutilizing him. In the last 2 days, he's been absolutely beat up.
Yeah. Well, the big question I think that's on most people's minds is why did Anibal Sanchez not come back out for the 8th inning after he had 6 up, 6 down in the 6th and 7th inning? And it's a good question, to be honest with you, but I got Brad Ausmus's reasoning. He said basically Anibal Sanchez was limited to 35 pitches. After the 7th inning, he was at 30, and he just didn't want to bring him back out for those 5 pitches. And the reason is Sanchez just wasn't stretched out. So while I understand Brad's reasoning, not wanting Anibal to come back out in the 8th inning, I think you can also put a little bit of blame on Ausmus for not having Sanchez prepared to possibly pitch more than that. I think there might have been a couple opportunities in the end of the regular season where he could have possibly thrown Anibal into the mix, so he might have been stretched out. I mean, heading into today's game, he had just 14 pitches under his belt since August 8th. So I don't know. I mean, I understand the reasoning why Sanchez didn't come back out, but I think it could have been dealt with a little bit better.
Well, with that said, I've written this a couple times in the last few days, the Tigers did themselves a major disservice by not clinching the division before the final day. Sanchez, I think they were trying to get him a spot. He's clearly the best pitcher out of the bullpen right now. He's the best. He's one of the best starters they have when his stuff is right. But they were looking to get a guy a spot to get some work who hadn't pitched in 6 weeks to prepare him for the playoffs. And I think they had a hard time finding that spot. If they clinch it a day or two earlier, if they beat the Twins on Friday, or if they beat the Twins on Saturday, they head into that Sunday game and they can use Sanchez however they want for however long they want. They can throw him 30, 35 pitches, see if he can be stretched out, if he can be effective that long. So I think a lot of the factor about him not pitching down the stretch was partly because they hadn't clinched the division.
All right, another big play, obviously, was the play at the plate on Victor Martinez's double, which drove in Torrey Hunter and could have given the Tigers another insurance run. But Miguel Cabrera was nabbed out at home plate by a landslide in my mind. And obviously the question is, why would Dave Clark wave home Miguel Cabrera in that situation with 0 outs and J.D. Martinez on deck? Clearly the wrong call in my eyes. How do you see that playing out?
Well, I agree with you. And the funny thing about Dave Clark is we haven't mentioned his name much this year. We haven't really talked about him. And there's really one of two reasons for that. Either A, he's done a really good job being the third base coach, or B, he hasn't been aggressive enough. Because if you never get a guy thrown out, you're not being aggressive enough. With that said, that's clearly the wrong guy to wave home, I think, at the wrong time. Making the first out at home is bad news in a rally like that, especially when it's a guy like Cabrera who doesn't run well when he feels great and has a bad ankle at this point.
All right, well, there's an off day on Saturday, and then Sunday you get David Price against Miguel Gonzalez. Chris, you had said on Thursday that today's game, Game 2, was essentially a must-win, and the Tigers did not win today. Would you essentially be careful in saying that they're out at this point?
Well, you're never out of it until you're out of it, but in a 5-game series, if you lose the first game, the second game is enormous. I think I saw some number cruncher today say if they lost today, they were an 80-20 underdog. If they won today, they would have been something like a 2-1 favorite to win the series. And if they win this game today, you like their chances. David Price is pitching Sunday. He's going to go 7 or 8 innings, you would think, and they've got the next 2 games at home. But yeah, this is a hole, and it's going to be really hard for them to dig out of it.
All right, guys, you heard what Chris had to say. You've heard what I had to say. Let's hear what you have to say in the comments below. Like always, follow us on MLive.com for more ALDS coverage.